Cause I just wanna feel it, feel the if the hype's real. I wanna feel how strong's man, like that alpha male. Like I said, stuff like that excites me. I wanna see if he has the strength of a heavyweight. Like, let's see what people are talking about is real. I wanna feel it.
Man, let's just jump into that first fight, man. You were supposed to compete in November, at the end of November, and then it said that your corner man tested positive. Take us back to that moment when you found out that, you wouldn't be able to fight after going through that camp and even having all that hype behind you.
Yeah, man, it hurt tremendously. I was in tears, brother. Cause like one, it was looking like I wasn't about to get paid, and I just cut all this weight. Luckily, I got a mom who's educated, and she spoke for me, and we got to at least get the show money. So like, I was no longer sad at that point.
Well, yeah, money can't change things like that, right?
Straight up.
Did you feel sick yourself or you're okay?
Not at all. And but once I got home, I got the vaccine because we want to avoid that problem at all costs.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And yeah, now you've basically had like a 6 month training camp, for this one guy. Is it exhausting thinking about one guy for that long? Because I talked to other fighters. He said that they say that fighting is a weird sport because when you are in a training camp or when you are preparing for like a so called competition, you're focused on one person rather than like a team.
Yeah. But luckily for me, like I was a lot of guys on my team had fights coming up, so it was motivating for me to come in. I got to help these guys prepare for their wars. So everything happened for a reason. That's what I got time to train them, and now I get time to perform as well, and I'm very excited about it.
Why did they just decide to rebook this fight so many months later? Did they not come to you and say like, okay, we got this other guy that you could fight, have a quicker turnaround?
I was trying to, man. It was like it was. I guess it was hard to find me a fight, so Fares only want to take it, so I respect him and grab him. So I know we training just as hard, and I can't wait to put our skills to the test.
Are you feeling any different about the matchup this time around compared to last November?
Um, I think it's probably going to be worse for him, in my opinion. My skills are been sharpening tremendously. Like every day, I'm seeing so much growth. I'm making sure I'm doing extra work, and I'm ready to put the pressure on him. Let's see who has the will to win.
You said when you got back, you had teammates with fights coming up, so you go in there and help them. How beneficial is that for you to help other fighters prepare for their fight in your preparations?
Because it's important to me because I want them to know that I see them as the same level because they're making just as many sacrifice to help me out during my camp. So it's the least I can do to give back, because at the end of the day, these are my brothers, and I want them to reach the same pinnacle I got to reach. So
More time means more education about your opponent. What have you and your coaches, your team, learned about in that extra time with your about Ziam?
um just sometimes, like, if you're pressuring him, like, one, he don't like to get hit. Two, if you get into the cage, he's very hesitant, and then if I can catch a read of him, just hesitating 1 second. Um, I definitely see it not going past the first round. I just say that because I know God's with me, like, and it's just my time. Sadly, feel bad for him because I got to out there and I got to put him to sleep, like, for everyone in my family, for my teammates, for God. This career is dedicated to Him. He gave me a second chance at life, so I had to take this from him. Like, it sucks because I want him to succeed too. Because I respect them. They putting up everything. They're putting time away from their family. They are grinding every day. So I have nothing but the utmost respect for them. But when I'm out there, I'm sorry. Like, I'm about to put these guys lights out.
When a fighter or when you become a fighter, right, and you start training to be, a mixed martial artist, you have to learn how to get hit, or you have to learn not to be afraid to get hit, right? Did that take a while for you? You know what I mean? Because like I'm not a fighter, but if I would have went in, if I go in there and train, I think that would be the hardest part to get used to.
Yeah, at first, yeah, I did not want to get hit at all. Like my main thing was like not getting hit, but at the same time, at eventually, I just had to not care because at the end of the day, it's a fight. You're gonna get hit. Even Floyd Mayweather gets hit, so I can't expect to be. I'm a dodger thing, so I want to make sure I'm comfortable with getting hit and know how to react before I take the impact. Like getting my chin down or rolling with the punches. Like people say, it hurts a lot worse if you don't see it, man. So that's what I figure. So when I'm about to get hit or I'm in an exchange, I'm always keeping my eye on everything.
How long did that take for you to get used to?
I would say probably after like 4 to 6 months of training.
Oh, so it takes a while then. It's not like something that, like a month or
Not
something like that.
yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
remember when I first went to a MMA gym. It took me a while. Like, not something you just
Getting hit, right? Is it
yeah.
something that you need to get used to before you actually take a fight? Do you feel like it's really dangerous if you're not used to, taking punches entering a fight?
I think so because some people when they're about to get hit, they like French up. So like, and they get hit way harder than like, and it makes them a lot like they be like, ugh. That hesitation really gets people hurt. So I would make sure you're definitely comfortable with it first before you just go out there and think you can just accept the fight.
Fighters, they say that they're in the best shape of their life. You know what I mean? A lot of the times, and I'm pretty sure you are because you've been prepared for this guy for a while. So physically, you and mentally, you must be great. What does that mean to you though? Like being in the best shape of your life?
Um, it just just that alpha male mentality. Like when I walk around and I just know like I'm a dangerous motherfucker. So like that's the same way I go into the cage. It's like there's no way, there's nothing to be scared of. I was like I've been training hard. I know I'm a dangerous person, and I just put it in my head like this. Man, you can probably be like 80% of the world up. You're a trained martial artist, so like it just helps me stay confident, even though I know I'm about to go against a person who can probably beat up 80% of the world too, and that's what makes it so fun to me.
Yeah, it is a fun sport to watch and fun sport to watch. Like prospects like you develop. Man, what are some of the other prospects that you watch in the lightweight division that you're interested in facing probably in the future?
I like Gamarot. I like what's his name? I like Armin. They those guys interest me in fighting wise. I like Brad Riddell. It's honestly any of them. Honestly, the whole division excites me. These guys, this is everyone hits hard in my weight class. Everyone's technical. They're all strong. Everyone pretty well rounded. So I'm excited to get in there and mix it up with everybody.
When you look at a matchup, do you prefer to fight a striker or a wrestler?
Um, it doesn't matter to me because at the end of the day, like we're all mixed martial artists. I got to be ready for whatever the fight brings me.
Do you feel like people put too many labels on fighters, like grappler or wrestler or striker, when they're not that? They're a mixture of that.
Nah. If people maybe if only like one person says it, but a multitude of people are saying it, that's probably what your game comes with. That's probably what you are. Yeah.
So there's some truth behind that. All
Yeah.
right. Um, what is your definition of a street fighter?
A hothead, someone who think he's from the streets, someone who be like, yeah, I've been knocking people out my whole life. Then they come to the gym and just get rocked. I love it. Those are my favorite people to bring to the gym. Come on in, man. You're a street fighter. You cold. Come on in.
Do you get that from time to time at the gym where guys come in and say, "Hey man, I'm like undefeated in the street. Like I think I could, a couple months of training, I think I could make it to the UFC."
Yeah, some people come in like that. It's I enjoy it. It's entertaining. It never gets old.
All right. I saw something about a wrestling match with Khamzat Chimaev. Why does that intrigue you so much?
Cause I just wanna feel the if the hype real. I wanna feel how strong's man like that alpha male. Like I said, stuff like that excites me. I wanna see if he has the strength of a heavyweight. Like let's see what people are talking about is real. I wanna feel it.
What do you think about his wrestling style? You come from a wrestling background.
Um, Obviously, he wrestled a lot of elite people. I think he got like a lot of upper body stuff, but I don't see him as like a real wrestler shot person, like a high crotch or anything like that. More like upper body ties and throws and snaps, things like that. I like his style of wrestling, but I think that's why I'll get him as.
All right. Do you feel like the speed will be a huge factor for yourself?
Yes, and I'm gonna be shooting on the outside, not letting him get on top of me, elevating the leg on my knee, just being slick.
All right. What do you think about maybe the UFC putting, they've been putting together these like grappling tournaments. Why don't
Yeah,
they just put together some wrestling tournaments, some mix in
yeah,
some wrestling?
yeah. Out here wrestling 81 in a D1 level, we can set up some super matches. Flo hit me up, Chell hit me up. Let's get something going.
For real. International Fight Week, huh, in Las Vegas. Why not?
Straight up.
Yeah. Another thing that's been a hot issue is the whole Joe Rogan situation and cancel culture in America. Me myself, I don't live in the U.S. I've never been around the cancel culture, and it's kind of something that's unique to America. And you are someone that's living in it yourself. Explain that to me because I don't really understand it so much.
I think we live in a weird time. Like, we counsel someone, like they don't get no second chance. We should just end everything they do. Like, I think it's just pretty unfair to judge someone off of one incident. Like, people make mistakes all the time, even family members who do drugs. Like, at the end of the day, people do become better people, and people need to recognize that.
Is it out of control from your perspective?
It is out of control because media controls so much on it, and I think it's like an experiment they're doing. Like, and you can see that, yeah, it works. People, as long as you say something to Mia, people gonna believe it, and people like stories with it. That's what makes things like that so dangerous. Putting in the media. Like, let's hear from this guy first before you go make a statement or say we should cancel him.
The media does control like the narrative, and do you feel like people just believe the news before even like researching anything?
Yeah, man. You know how people be, man. Oh, yeah, I know that. I know. They hear someone else talking. Yeah, I know about that. Yeah, everyone's just making their own story, and all they read was that first paragraph instead of the whole article.
Yeah, that's true. I've
Yeah,
hey, I've been guilty of that in the past too, where I just
yeah,
read that.
we all. Yeah, exactly. We all do it. So I already know.
Yeah, and I saw a tweet that really was interesting from you. You said that you said and done things that you're not proud of, but you also we also need to be given a chance to make amends. How important is that, man, as a person? You know what I mean, as an individual to have that mind state.
It's just huge because, like, I would put my person in there. Put yourself in their shoes. This guy making a public apology, like, obviously feel bad about it. You see the video when he caught himself about the ape thing, the walking the planet apes. We all make like racist jokes on our friend, then we catch ourselves like, I probably shouldn't have said that. And we still laugh about it, like, yeah, that was too much. We all made mistakes like that, when you're trying to be funny, being in situations like that. So that's what I want to say is we gotta forgive people. And stuff slips out all the time when you trying to be funny.
It definitely does. And what are your thoughts on The Rock backtracking his support for Joe Rogan?
You know, everyone has their own opinion. So he feels the way he feels, and it is what it is. Everyone has their opinion. But he's using it too. Like, they all use it a sort of flavor. They all got their motives. The politics and stuff around is real or trying to get views. Because I know Matt Joe Rogan. He knows Joe Rogan ain't racist. Like, come on, bro.
A few more, man. Outside of Joe Rogan and all that,
Yeah.
let's talk about the MMA fans. They're the best, and sometimes they're the wildest. What do fans obsess about too much that fighters don't care about?
Commenting on their posts or thinking we're all rich because we got a check mark. Like, no, that's not the case, man. I had to slide in the UFC DMs to get the check mark. I'm like, yo, give me the check mark.
So the
So,
blue check mark, they believe because you have that you're like you have reached some kind of like
Yeah,
monetary level or something.
yeah, exactly.
That is wild. That is wild. You know.
They're like,
Yeah.
man, come on, you got the blue check mark. You be acting along. I was like, no, it's just the first. I barely paid all my bills, G.
All right. PTSD in combat sports, man. Like not CT, PTSD. From like injuries or like weight cuts. You know what I mean? Even losses and sometimes damage taken in fights. Have you ever experienced this and overcome it or seen it in other people?
Yeah. When I broke my leg, I was like, I don't know if I'm trying to kick with this yet. That's why they got physical therapy, and you just gotta believe in it. As soon as I did, I was kicking people with it, and it was just fine. Just gotta, like I said, you gotta risk to get the discus, man. I'm all about it. Like, okay, like, let's find out. The only way you can find out, you won't know if you don't find out. Try. Then you're gonna realize you're like, oh, I'm fine. Mental is a huge battle with injuries and fighting and all that. You just keep a positive mind.
Definitely. And Chris Weidman, he just said that he's gonna come back this year after his broken
Yeah,
leg.
stay positive. And that's a huge thing. You stay positive in your injury, like your healing's gonna go a lot faster. It's easy to get depressed when you're injured, not doing what you love. But if you stay positive, sooner you know it, you're gonna be right back to doing what you love.
Yeah, I watched his video. Like not so many months after he broke his leg and he kind of went through the surgery and he had it was on his YouTube channel and he kind of broke down. You know, like in tears about the injury and like going through all of that stuff. Man, that hit me hard, kind of, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of fans should watch that video and understand like what fighters have to go through, not even just with the broken leg, but other injuries and fighting with injuries, and they need to have better understanding of like the sacrifices that you guys make.
Exactly. I be trying to tell people like, and I say with the fighters, we gotta realize we are the UFC, man. We gotta come together. We deserve better pay, healthcare, all that, man. I think that's just minimal.
Definitely. One last one, Kevin Lee. He's getting paid in crypto by Eagle FC now, and I just wanted to get your thoughts on cryptocurrency. And would you ever want to be paid in crypto for fights?
Oh hell yeah! I didn't know he was getting that. Cool as hell, yes sir. Now he's getting money that's gonna be building onto itself. So like, shoot, sign me right up too.
All right, man. February 26th, man. You'll be back in action in Las Vegas. Thank you so much, Terrance, for the time. Good luck on the rest of the camp and the fight.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. And shout out to God and shout out to Warrior Camp, man. And be ready for a show, you guys.